Today, well, let's go with shtick and style. No, I don't have a speech problem. That's what I'm talking about. Your shtick and your style. What is it? That develops you as an announcer. If you have a shtick, your certain style that you are, people know you for that. So that is your shtick and style. Develop your own, barring the best of the best. Now, I have a story that I'm going to tell you about that, how it's worked for me in the past, and it can work for you. Catchphrases. We've talked about that in other lessons before too as well. Catchphrases support your shtick. You start doing the catchphrases, people get it. And one of my main lines that I go to, and I've been doing this in competition for many years, it's my own, but I borrowed it from something else. Now, if you've ever seen Al Pacino in the movie Scarface, he comes out with a machine gun and says, "Say hello to my little friend," and he starts shooting up the place, all right? Well, what I decided one day is, how can I get that line? Everyone knows that line who's seen the movie, so how can I do it? So what I do, when there is a big score change where someone takes over the lead in a competition that I'm announcing, and all of a sudden this could be the score that holds on the rest of the day, this could be the winner, that's when I go into that Al Pacino famous line, but I made it my own. I say hello to your new leader. And I do that in kind of that flair, just like Al Pacino did, say hello to my little friend. But I do it, say hello to your new leader. And I do it big time to where people get it, like that's the big changeover in the score. And people bring it up to me all the time that I do that one. And it's one of my favorite ones, and it's one I've developed. Getting better every day for your shtick and style. Every time I do an event, I'll tell you right now that I definitely beat myself up on a couple things I might have said, or a couple things I might have did, or a transition into this, or a transition into that. And the reason I do that, because I don't get comfortable in the way I announce that I know that everything I'm doing is right. No, no, no. I want to get better every day. So what do? If I did something I don't feel good about, I work on that for the next time. So I shore up that part of the announcing program. So I try to fix that. So any mistakes, I really take to heart, and I find ways to better do that. And I might talk to my director. Maybe there was something, there was a transition into a commercial or to a video from something I was doing, and it didn't feel right. It wasn't organic. I'll go to my director and I'll tell him, how can we do this better? So that's what I mean by getting better every time. And now let's talk about shtick and style. When I first got, and I've talked about this before, but when I first got hired to do my first announcing at all was a radio station in Santa Barbara that I was working for. I was hired to do the morning show as a DJ for a rock station. I had no experience. I hadn't done any of this before. I'd only done a 2-minute surf report. So I was definitely not qualified. So I take this job on. Now, the ratings in radio are from Arbitron. What Arbitron does is like Nielsen ratings for TV. They rate the shows. So when the ratings came in after about me doing the show for just about a year, my ratings were dead last. I mean, wasn't even a blip on the radar. I was completely the worst show in all of Santa Barbara. Well, how did I fix that? That's back to getting better every day. I started working on recording all the shows that were the top shows, like from Howard Stern to Mark and Brian in Los Angeles to all the other shows that were popular. I'd record those and I would listen to those shows. And then I would pick one thing out of each of those shows that I liked, just one thing. And I would incorporate that into my show. So I did that about 3 or 4 different deals. I got it going and I developed my own shtick and style. And next thing you know, a year later, #1 ratings in radio. And then DJ of the Year 1997. And again, I won it again in 1998. This is going from last place in 1995 and 1996 to the DJ of the Year. I mean, talk about worst to first. That is what it's all about. So here's where you can get into it now. I want you to think about 5 catchphrases, 5 of them. 5 of them that kind of suit you. And it's not going to just come to you that easy, but you just got to figure out a good 5 of them and put them down and see if that works for you, and then practice delivering them. And then try it in an event. And that's how you do it. That's how you bring them in your own shtick and style. So develop your unique, borrow from the best. If someone's already the best and he's proven it, hey, listen to him. Let them be your mentor. It can help you. Catchphrases, get 5 of them, put them together, develop your own, and get better every day. Always work on it every day. If you don't feel comfortable about something, don't just shrug it off and wipe it off your shoulder. Go back there and work on it and do a better job the next day. And that, my friend, is Schtick and Style. Tame your talent, broadcasting to podcasting, online source for your announcer training. I'm Brad J. Thanks for tuning in.